Maya, welcome to the podcast. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so, I want to first, we've seen you speak, we've seen your Instagram posts, and we've been with you on this journey, but I want to first get to know Maya. Who's
Which Maya?
Who's Maya? Who's just the girl inside? Like, where were you? Like, where were you born?
Israel.
So when did you move to America?
I was born in Israel. I was 10 years old. I was in 5th grade.
Really?
When my parents decided to make the move.
Oh, wow.
To New York. I grew up here, but
in Great Neck.
Most of my life, in Great Neck.
Yeah.
Some in Queens. First, we were in Queens. I keep saying because when I was 18, I did try to move back to Israel, and I did serve in the army.
Are you serious?
I love sharing that, because then I always get like, what?
Yeah, so my parents moved to America when I was 2. So we grew up in America, but like at home we just spoke Hebrew. So I kind of was similar to you, but different.
Wait, you were born?
In Israel.
Oh.
Yeah, in Netanya.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Herzliya.
Oh, look at that. But yeah, and then, so we were like Israeli Americans, like the weird ones in America, because, but also then I went back to Israel, and I was the weird one in Israel because I was the American one.
The cool one.
Yeah, definitely the cool one. But also like never really fit in because I wasn't anywhere. You know what I mean? Like you probably had that a little bit also.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Till today, story of my life.
Yeah. And then, so then how did you even come across to have a business? Like, when did that happen?
I always say, I think I was born into it. Like, I was born into it. First of all, my personality is I'm a doer. Like, I constantly have to be, in like do mode. Like, I'm constantly doing different things. So putting that aside, as I was growing up in my teenage years, my father was always in the garment business. Whether he had stores, retail stores in the city, or he was manufacturing stuff, nothing to do with modest clothes, nothing, but just like manufacturing in the garment business. So I was with my father since I was a teenager, always helping him out, working with him, working in the stores, running the stores. At one point I was buying and shopping for the stores. And then at one point when I realized I was so into this like garment world, retail world, I decided to go to FIT, not for the creative fashion part, for the business part. Mm-hmm. So I learned fashion buying and merchandising.
So you were always very interested in business.
I don't know if I was always interested in business. I was always interested in just doing things.
Just doing.
Just doing. I just do. I'm constantly in projects. Like, I'm always doing projects. I'm always doing work. My brain
Sounds
is
familiar.
Like, yeah, it's like the brain is like something. It's very hard to fall asleep when your brain is like, so many tabs are open. It's like, da, 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 da,
yeah.
You know? So, yeah, while I was doing this, I'm like, okay, I want to learn the business better. I want to be a better buyer. I want to be, because at that time I was helping him with the stores. So then I went to FIT. And I mean, whatever. And then like fast forward down the line, it kind of like all fizzled out. I got married, had kids. And then again, the kids was not enough. I felt like I wanted to do. So I started working from home. I was like just selling stuff out of my basement. And the next thing you know, I wanted to make my own stuff. I asked my father for help, started doing production. And now we're like a full-blown brand.
That's incredible.
Like, I don't even know how that happened. I was in my basement.
That's incredible. Wow. I also feel like that. Like, every time I decided I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, I was home for like 2 months, and then
you're doing something.
Then all of a sudden I'm like knee-deep in something.
Yeah, in a project.
Yeah.
And
then I'm just totally, my goal is like, what? I'm like, I wanted to be home.
How did that happen?
Yeah. Like, every time, the same pattern. I'm like, I'm done with everything. I'm staying home. And then, yeah, that's how I started with painting, because I started painting at home because I got bored. Yeah, we can't be bored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, we cannot be bored.
And then if we're bored for 4 seconds, then we post on Instagram. Right?
Yeah, no, boredom is actually, I always say it's very dangerous. Like, don't be bored, because then you don't want your brain going into like not good places. Like,
Totally.
keep yourself busy.
It's such an important topic, and I also like to teach that to my kids. I think
Yeah.
the kids of nowadays have
Oh my
no
gosh.
concept.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like, I'm bored. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, what did I do when I was bored?
Right.
You know? I don't know. It's like crazy now. They need to be on a phone. They need to be on screens. They need it every second.
When we used to be bored, this is when our creativity came out. Because
Exactly.
we would do things.
Exactly.
Like we would create things.
Right.
You know,
That's
like
how
there was
you...
no technology to turn to.
Right.
So yeah, we're definitely from a very, very, very different generation.
Yeah.
And I think this is where it comes that like we cannot be bored.
I know,
Like,
but I give, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I give my kids the screens. I throw them all the stuff. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. But at the same time, I also want to like give them some skill, like,
Right.
you know, give them the opportunity to
Right.
to learn. What's it called? So I want to talk about, you know, Liel and what happened, but I also want to talk about you through the process. So where are you today as a person when you look back at what happened?
Wow. That's
Yeah.
such a good and deep question. I love it. I think it's a question I wasn't asked yet.
Really?
Like that kind of question. Like when you look back. Wow. So if I'm really going to be honest and say, like, if I'm sitting here and I'm actually looking back, I am very much in shock, first of all, in awe of myself. And I tell you, because I don't do this often. I don't like to go back to 4 years ago, but sometimes I do sit and I make myself go back there, even though if it brings me to a very dark place where I'm crying, where I'm breaking down, but it's so important for me to go there because it's kind of like, it makes me then like proud of myself today and how far I have come.
Wow.
Where I was 4 years ago, it was dead,
Right.
dead, not seeing a future, living with no hope, zero light, zero of everything, just like dead.
I always think that, like, if a child passes away, then, like, you don't really feel like you want to live. Like, that's exactly what you're saying.
You know, it happened that 3 days before the accident, we made a decision a few weeks before to fix up and renovate the store in Great Neck. So 2 days before, we started to we're in the process of closing down the store to fix it up for renovations. So we literally put up this brown paper on the front of the store, and it was done by Friday. It's as if like Hashem knew. So the store was closed, and Saturday night was the accident. Obviously no renovations were done in the store. The store just stayed like this, closed. And I remember very vaguely, it must have been maybe a week or two following after Shiva, I overheard my husband speaking to one of our girls that work for us. And I just remember after he got off the phone, and I said to him, "What are you doing? Close, shut down Maya's place. It's over. Everything's dead."
I just got the chills.
I'm like, "It's done." And he said to me, "Okay." I don't think my husband knew where he was also. He was just trying to be a responsible husband and father at home. So orders were still going online.
But men also sometimes cope by doing.
Yeah. But there was a business that was still running on the side that I was running, and now I'm not running it. So he had to take control, and I was just like, "Stop. Shut down everything. Everything is over. Everything is done with." And he just said, "Okay." He's like, "Well, we'll figure out how we close it down." And that's where I was back then, dead. Everything was over. Everything was done. There's nothing. There is no Maya. Like,
Wow.
Maya's dead. There is no Maya's place. Maya's place is shutting down. There is nothing. Everything is ending.
Wow.
And I always like to describe it that way because I literally had this emotion. This is how I had felt. I felt like that night Maya was dead, in literal.
No, yeah.
And then there was a new Maya reborn. I always talk about the rebirth of me.
Wow.
So the Maya that I am today is not the Maya that was before, the 4 years before. Like, it's a total new Maya that was reborn on the night of the accident. Like, I did see everything as death and bad and negative. And then there was this transformation that started to happen. There was this crazy growth that started to happen inside me. It was a very painful growth.
Right.
And I always say, you know, like, my boys, when they were little, they cried a lot every night from growing pains.
Oh, really?
I used to actually give them
I'm having that
Tylenol.
now. I know, my kids are like, my feet hurt. I'm like, it's a good thing. It's
So
a
funny,
good
my
thing.
girls didn't have that
Oh,
so
I had
much.
it.
Really? But my boys had it, like, I promise you, every night, crying, my leg hurts, my leg hurts. And I would give them Tylenol. Like, literally, they had hard growing pains. I mean, they're both, like, almost 6 foot tall. So, like,
Bueno.
no wonder. But I say I had this growing pain. I'm still growing, and it's still painful. And I think it's going to be painful forever. And the growth just doesn't stop. It just kind of goes. So, yeah, when I look back, I'm like, wow, I was dead.
Wow.
And I was reborn. And then I look at myself today, and I give myself credit. Like,
yeah,
you
huge credit.
did it. Like, you actually, you let yourself grow and not be dead. Like, there was a choice. I could have stayed dead.
Yeah.
I could have.
And you could have, and everybody would have given you a free pass.
Oh, totally. And honestly, it's the easiest place for someone who goes through something so horrific to be at. And it's also easier for people on the outside to just be like, oh, poor Maya. She should be medicated. Oh, she should be in bed. Oh, it's totally understandable. Like, no one is going to make you try to do things. You know, it's comfortable and easy to be there.
Yeah. Wow.
So.
Wow. So when this all took place, and when you were back there, when you felt dead, when the noise stopped and you finally, like, found yourself and you were alone with this reality, what was the first truth that you had to face?
So first of all, let's just rephrase that, okay? I feel like it was a moment of a decision making.
I like that.
I had to do the decision. It's not that I had to face something. I had to take a decision. Like, where do I want to be? And it started to happen very early on because I remember that I couldn't handle the heaviness, and I couldn't handle the sadness, and I couldn't handle the darkness. I wasn't handling it. I was just like, how do people do that?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be there. It's actually like taking my breath away. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know how to do this dark side. I don't.
it's just the most heavy.
Right, but I don't want to be there. Like, I had to make a decision that I don't want to be there, and then I had to choose literally life. I had to choose life, and the easy way, or what made sense to me, how do you choose life? I couldn't just say, like, oh, I choose life. I'm great now. Let's just, like, live life. No, it wasn't like that. I had to have a reason to choose life. And my very early on words that I kept saying, I really don't even know how it came to me, where it came from. I kept saying, I am going to live for Liel. I'm going to live for Liel. Live for Liel. Live for Liel. It became my thing. It became my line.
Wow.
To a point that my sister, actually, you see the necklace?
Yeah,
I'm
I
wearing?
saw that.
The Live for Liel. She made we customized these necklaces for all the girls in the family.
Wow.
Like my sister-in-laws, my sister, my nieces. So we all walk around with a Live for Liel. I was like, that is my message to me, and that is my reason to live, and that is what I'm going to choose. I'm not just choosing life, I'm choosing to live for Liel. I lost Liel, but I'm going to live for her. And I think this is that moment. It was that choosing. Like,
yeah.
That's it's a choosing.
Yeah, because in the end of the day, you know, life happens and it's always happening. But it's like in that 1 minute, we get to make a decision. And a decision takes 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such an important message. It's such an important lesson for people to understand. Like, you get to make that choice.
But it's a choice also that you need to make every single day.
Yes.
It wasn't a decision that I had made early on. And it was like, okay, great. She's fine now. She's living for Liel. No, till today. I'm 4 years into this. Until today, when I wake up in the morning, I wake up and I say, today I'm going to live for Liel. Wow. And I have to make a decision. And that decision is to get out of bed, get dressed, put on makeup, put on your sheitel, put on your smile, and live life. It's a decision that to some people, this comes very naturally. Jump out of bed and just live your life. I actually have to make that decision every morning. And some days, the decision is very hard, and I don't live for Liel. Some days I'm actually choosing to be in the dark. And maybe because some days I just need it. I need to just not get out of bed, stay in bed. It doesn't happen as often now, but when it did during these past 4 years, I let it. And I didn't feel guilty about it. Even though I made the decision, it wasn't like I was going back on my decision. It's just, it is a daily decision.
It is a daily decision.
It wasn't a one
decision.
It's a huge
decision.
Right. It's not a one-time decision for the rest of my life. When I decided that, I knew this was something that I'm going to have to decide every single day, because it's hard to live with that decision every day.
It's very, very hard. Even last night, I was like, just in a bad mood. And like, I was like, ugh, everything's annoying. Everyone's annoying. All these stupid little life details are annoying. And then I was just like, nothing matters. Like, nothing matters. And then I was like, the only thing that matters, really, when it comes down to it, is your family, your spouse. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
That's crazy. I had this thought early this morning. I promise you.
Really?
I was talking to a family member of mine in Israel, and like, whatever, my son is like staying by my family now. He went for a few days, and whatever, he's just going through stuff. And then my aunt called me up, and she was telling me, she's like, oh, you're going through so much. Like, and I said, no, everything's great. I have an amazing husband. I have healthy children. I have a roof over my head. Like, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Crazy.
And she listened to me, and then she started singing to me, V'yelach od yoter tov, od yoter. And I said to her, but that's the mindset. That's that nothing matters.
Exactly.
Everything else is such nonsense.
Yeah. You can't get stuck in the little things, but also, this is the one thing that does matter. So, like, if you say some days you can't get out of bed, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and yeah, there's so many parts of my life where I also had to make that one decision. And it changes everything when you just decide. Like, a very silly decision, but in 9th grade, I like, my friends were just doing their own thing, to put it nicely. And those were my friends, you know, those were my core friends. And I was like, do I continue on the road with these girls and then probably will get kicked out of school? I don't know what my life's going to be. And like, whatever, I don't like, but like those, I don't, no teenager wants to like be on their own. Everyone wants to copy and follow their friends.
Right.
And then we went to Israel that Pesach, and I saw how my cousins were acting, they're Haredi, and then we were sitting next to, in the hotel, my uncle took us to a hotel for Pesach, and we're sitting next to the Greenwald family by Pesach, and I saw all these boys singing, and they were together, and I was like, I just saw what my future life could look like, and I was like, this is what I want. Like, I want to live.
What age did you say?
I was 9th grade, I was 14.
I was very mature.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to live a full Jewish life like this. And then I came home and my friends were all telling me, what they were up to and where they were going and where they're hanging out. And I looked at them and I'm like, I'm not doing
Wow.
this. Yeah, it was a decision. Like, I'm not.
I know, but that's crazy.
It was a little
At the age
crazy.
Of 14,
I know.
That's like insane. At
What was
14,
I thinking?
You don't want to know where I was at 14.
I know, but like it really changed. Who knows? Like it could have changed my whole life.
Right.
Like these decisions that we do, and they could be instant, but yeah, it's really a decision, and it's such an important lesson
because it's to show you how you get influenced by your surrounding.
Yeah,
you made that decision, because you got to see by example, like that actually influenced you.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Also, like there was probably no way for me to do half the things they were doing because my mother was so scary, and like I would have gotten killed, but whatever. So what did you refuse? I find this topic so important because I think that so many of us we've touched and we know darkness to some level. There's different levels, and like death is the biggest, it's the deepest, but everybody on their own way has something, and many times they're using the pain as a receipt. Like, this is what it is, this is how it is. Like I posted once about CPTSD and all the different things, just a bunch of, and someone said to me, like, you don't know how it is. Like, I have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you don't. And I'm like, sorry, honey, so do I. Okay? Like, she really thought she was going to come at me. Like, post-traumatic stress disorder, I know a thing or two about that. And so, yeah, like, it's a big deal, and darkness is real. But what did you do? What did you refuse to let the pain turn you into?
So it's kind of like it's intertwined maybe a little bit with what I was like saying before. I tell you, I didn't want to be, number one, I didn't want to be a nebuch.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be depressed. I didn't want that. It's not my personality to be that kind of person. Do you know, like some people, like naturally they can be depressed.
Yeah.
It's not in my personality. It was very hard because I do love life and I do love to laugh. And I enjoy life and friends, and I am a bubbly person, and I love to be surrounded by good friends and a good laugh and have a good drink, and all of a sudden, like, that stuff like seemed like just like lost. It was foggy. It's like, is this ever going to be a part of my life?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this like new reality of like depression and darkness, and the only thing people around me were talking about. If that medication didn't work, there's something a little bit stronger. Maybe you can like, and then like, like you can try like this therapy that deals with like trauma. And like, I'm like, is that my life now? Like it like made me very uncomfortable in my skin. I'm like, I'm very uncomfortable with this new description of who I'm supposed to be. So, I just refused to be in that place. I don't know if it's like I thought about it, like to refuse to be in that place, but I remember like it was very scary for me. I just didn't want to be there.
You're like, yeah, I don't belong here.
But I did belong there.
Right.
Like I did not belong there.
You had to be there.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Like, this is where I needed to be.
Yeah.
This is where the world expected me to be. This was now my natural place to be, but I don't want to be there.
Right.
Like, can somebody make it stop?
Right. Yeah. I know I had Malky from Kiss the Kosher Cook on.
Her.
Yeah, she's incredible. So she was explaining death as like grief, as like after you have a baby and you're just not normal. And she's like, even going to the bathroom or like doing regular tasks, you're like, it feels like it's your whole day, and you're like, how am I ever gonna do regular things?
Yeah.
She's like, that's what it is. I'm like, that's such a good visual.
Yeah.
So this brings me on to this next question. What do people misunderstand most about grief?
That's, again, you like to go deep.
Yeah.
And like into like.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, okay. So I'm just going to give like my view, right? It's my perception of the way I see.
It's your podcast.
It's like my podcast. It's all
your podcast.
It's all about me. So, okay. When people talk about grief or they see grief, and again, I'm talking from my experience, it's like they vision it in a certain way and they want to see you in a certain way. And what I wish people understood with grief, that grief is not necessarily always physically showing like on our face or the way we behave. Grief is there 24/7. Like, if you're seeing me at a party and I am dancing
I wonder
and
about
enjoying
that.
my friends, grief did not go away. It's still there. I just made space for it. Grief, you make space for it. I was last week, Leo's best friend, her childhood best friend, got married.
Wow.
And first of all, it wasn't like, oh, shocker, I'm going to the wedding. It was like there was a build up to it. You know, when she first came over to share with me that she's dating and it's getting serious and she's going to get proposed to, like, she made sure I was one of the first people to know.
That's so nice.
She was very sweet.
Wow.
She actually came over and she said to me, I wanted to get your permission for something.
Oh,
and I'm
my
like,
gosh.
what? So, I mean, I got very emotional that day. Then there was the l'chaim, which I was a mess.
Wow.
And then there was an engagement party that was a little bit better. And then there was a build up towards the wedding. So by the time the wedding came along,
Wow.
I knew that the wedding was last week, and a month before that was Leo's yahrzeit.
Uh-huh.
So her father was in Israel at the time of the yahrzeit, and he brought the invitation of the wedding to Leo on the day of the yahrzeit. And she wrote a beautiful letter on it, and we put it by Liel's stone. So, I mean, I definitely had a major breakdown there. But the point is, there was like a build-up up to the wedding. So by the time the wedding came along, I'm like, okay, I know Liel's going to be here tonight. I know she's coming to dance with her friends. I am so happy for her friends. And tonight there will be no crying. Tonight is just going to be joy. Tonight we're going to live for Liel, we're going to live for her friends, we're going to live for her friend. Tonight we're not bitter. Tonight we're celebrating. We're celebrating life, we're celebrating a marriage. So I had already worked up to get to this place, to that night of the wedding, and I was so excited that day. I actually got my makeup done, and I was like, I think the last time I got my makeup done was for my daughter's wedding, for Natalie's wedding. I was like, I'm getting my makeup done for her.
Wow.
I got a beautiful dress, a gown. I was so ready to go. And the whole night, I was just constantly getting comments like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. They're like, you're not okay. I'm sure you're not okay. I'm like, no, I'm okay. They're like,
oh my gosh.
You know, at the chuppah, they had the cards with all the blessings on it. So we had one that was dedicated to Liel, and she put a little sticker on it that said, to my dear friend Liel, I know tonight you'll be dancing with us. And everyone looked at the card, it was on the chairs, and then everyone looked over at me. I became like that person that you look at, you know? And everyone's like, you're not okay. I'm like, okay, people, I am not okay, but that is my new okay.
Right.
Okay?
Right. This is the new normal.
Right. So
like, you're living with it now, but I live with it always.
So they might thought that like I was numb to things, or like I was at the wedding dancing, enjoying myself. No, there was grief. It was with me. I made space for it. Grief is there 24/7. It's not going anywhere. I can host for Shabbat. I can do the dishes. I can take a shower. I can go out for a walk. I can, whatever it is. Liel and my grief is sitting right here. But I made space. And there's space for joy. There's space for laughter. There's space for my friends. There is space for my children. There's space for me to cook. There's space for me to host. There's space. Like, I have created space. That does not mean the grief is not there.
That's so healthy.
When people think that in time the grief is going to fizzle out or time heals, like, no, you got it all wrong. Time does not heal. Grief does not fizzle out. Like I was saying before, you grow. It's growing pain. It's very painful to grow, but you grow. And the more you grow, the stronger you become. And the stronger you become, then you have the strength to hold that grief, because grief is massive. It is so massive you collapse from it.
Wow.
But you learn on how to hold it. So The grief did not get less. It didn't fizzle out. It's still there, very much there, like day one, it was there. I just know how to hold it now. And I learned to give it space in my head, in my heart, in my body. And I always say, I'm like, this grief, this pain that I have, it turned into a very holy thing for me.
Wow.
It's a very holy space. It's like it's between me and Hashem. It's like, because he gave me this grief. Right? So now it's like I have this holy emotion that we call grief, and it's sitting with me 24/7. It's not going anywhere. But I do allow myself to give myself also joyous moments to enjoy with the grief. It's all together. When my older Natalie Baruch Hashem, I have 2 grandkids.
Right. So nice.
I'm a grandma. Like, it's
incredible.
And both times I was in delivery room with her. And both times...
She's the oldest?
She's my oldest. And when she delivered and the baby came out and the doctor's like, it's a boy. That moment I broke down crying. But it was that moment of like, Liel will never get to play with her nephew. They'll never get to know Doda Liel. Like Liel is not here to witness this. And it's like this pain and the grief. But at the same exact moment, there's joy. I'm a grandma. It's the most delicious human that's now a part of my life. Like I just witnessed my child have a baby. It's the most joyous moment that you can think of. And I let them intertwine and be together at that same moment. So then people would think, oh, now your grandkids are like, literally it's like Band-Aids on your grief. It's like taking away from the pain.
You just explained the quote of broken hearts are the fullest in the best way. This is it.
Yeah, so if people can just know that grief never goes away.
Yeah.
And it can be there with joy. It's allowed to.
And I also really like what you said, that grief became like your private relationship with Hashem. Like,
yeah.
I felt that also. I was in the hospital a few times with different kids, and one kid was very scary. He was 1 year old. It was my third. And we were in the hospital, and I just remember just collapsing on the floor in the hallway because I didn't want to be in the room. I didn't want anyone to see me. And it was in that moment that I was just like, Hashem is all around this hallway. He's just there. When you're at that place of just like, there's nowhere else to go. It's just your relationship with Hashem. Like, that's it. And now I'm telling you, the hospital in my mind, every time I go for different, whatever, even it doesn't matter. There's always, it feels holy because it's like, it's just that point. So I totally know what you mean when you say that, like, yeah, it became your own.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
That in like the darkness, like what you were saying, that's where you can really feel Hashem.
Yeah.
You can either block him, blame him, or you can just like let him in and feel him.
Yeah.
It's
wild, but
it is.
Yeah, it's crazy that we have to get to that point, you know?
It is.
But yeah.
It is.
You've spoken about this, but this is something, I guess, yeah, because you've found grief and God, but did your relationship with God change? And how?
Big time.
Big time. Yeah.
Big time. Wow. Okay. So yeah, my relationship with Hashem like definitely evolved, you know. He's like, I talk to him openly.
What was it before?
Before it was just, I don't know. It was just Hashem. Like I don't think it was just Hashem. Like you're davening, you say your tehillah. It was just, I had nothing to complain about before. I had a very regular, normal life. Like, you know,
Wow.
I work, husband, kids, like nothing.
Good for you.
Whatever, just Hashem was just there. Now, Hashem's presence and everything revolved around him. And I'm going to give you an example on what I'm talking about. Like, I remember very clearly, like, moments that were very, 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 very early on, that I would be by myself in my room, and it would be like that moment of like, I can't breathe. Like, I am going to pass out from this immense abnormal pain that I'm feeling right now. Like, how am I supposed to continue life? You know, and I would like just kind of go back, like that night, how the news was broken, like my kids, and then I would stop, and I would literally, like in this darkness, and the light would be off in my room, and I would take all of my pain that I'm feeling that moment, and I would just like channel it, like literally through like a channel, like straight to Hashem, and I would ask him, just help me, help me, help. I wasn't asking, why did you do this? I wasn't angry. I'm like, I need help. Help me. And I promise you, in that moment when I meditated on that pain, there was nothing else around me except that pain and Hashem. I would feel like as if somebody like, you know, there's like a fire and somebody's putting a blanket over it, as if like Hashem put a blanket over my heart. Like everything would just calm down. Like I felt that embrace by Hashem. So when I felt it, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like I asked for help, and he has actually just helped me right now. And my relationship from there just grew. I literally turned to him for everything and anything, and the messages that I see, and the things like it's just really, if anybody who wants a relationship with Hashem, you just ask for it. Like just ask him for it. Just go to him. Just turn to him. Like it doesn't have to be done through a tehillim or through a prayer. Like just for example, when you say your Mode'ani in the morning, like really mean it. Like your neshama just came back into your body. Like connect to Hashem on a real level. I did not have that before. I didn't have that real connection. Hashem was just there. We're just like a regular from family, like whatever. Hashem was just there. It wasn't like that real connection. Like my Yom Kippur is different. My Rosh Hashanah is different. Like I feel his presence. There's no fear. I remember back in the days, like Rosh Hashanah, Day of Judgment, like there was a fear prepping for that big. It's not like that.
It's not like that.
No. Hashem is there. He's with me. My relationship with Hashem changed a lot. And I just have to say, it could happen to anyone to have this relationship. But I'm talking about like the real, like inside, your kishka, your gut, your neshama, like real connection.
Yeah.
And it's there for all of us.
I know. Sometimes you're having something, it's internal, whatever. And there's so much challenge that you have to break through. And we really just forget to just speak it out. Like pray.
Yeah.
Use your words.
Yeah.
Like we just forget that part.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's so easy, but it's so hard. Like we just don't want to do it.
It's very hard.
But it's so weird that it's hard.
You're broken.
Right.
That's the crazy part. Because you're asking me how my life was before. Yeah, it was very hard to connect to Hashem, but I didn't even give it thought. Like you don't give it thought.
You were just
when
living.
you're broken, that's all you want is Hashem. You want him to hold your heart. You want it to connect it together. You want him there. That's what you want. And if you're seeking for him and you really want it from a desperation place, really yearning, you know, like the way I say yearning for Mashiach, really yearning and wanting it, he's so there.
He's so there. So with me, my parents got divorced when I was 12. So I really didn't have any support system from very early on. So I had to find Hashem. And like he was with me the whole, like there was no one else. Like nothing was working out. Everything sucked. Like there was no money, no anything. I didn't get into seminary because we couldn't pay. Like nothing worked out. Like I didn't get into camp. I didn't get into high school. And I was just like, it has to work out. Like Hashem is going to help me.
Right.
And I became the most delusional person from day one. Like and my friends were like, you're crazy. Like that's not going to work out. I'm like, watch me. Like
I love that.
Hashem has me. He always did.
I love that.
I always believed that things were going to work out because I didn't have to hold on to any formality because nothing was going to work out normally anyway.
Right.
So at a certain point, you just let go and let God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. You just surrender.
But I had practice from so young.
Wow. That's crazy.
He's crazy.
Like it's like from the age of 12.
Yeah. It's crazy from before because it was wacked before.
Which, by the way, it's that line you said right now. It's the let go, let God.
Totally.
And it's the surrender. And I feel like also when you get to a place of desperation that
Desperation.
like where you surrender.
Yeah.
And you just, Hashem, just you do your thing.
Yeah, I don't have anyone else.
Right.
Rabbi Farr, he talks about this, I think, also. He said also, like,
He's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if it was him or someone else, but someone grew up without a father, and he said, he's like, Hashem's my father, I found my father, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And it's like, why me? But we're supposed to tap in.
Right.
You know?
Totally. Yes. No, I was like, I remember that line you just said. I'm like, I should have said, it's a let go, let God.
Yeah, totally. Okay, now, I want to talk about this because you just mentioned it. You yearn for Mashiach. It's something that's very big with you. So, this is an interesting question, but is the yearning, is it deep, or is it just because you want to see Liel?
Okay, so first of all, obviously first because I want to see Leo. Duh, okay.
Yeah.
But in time it got deeper. Like at the beginning, it was like, I need Liel back. In order to get Liel back, Mashiach needs to come.
You're like,
so that was like, this is where the yearning started.
Yeah, where's the number?
Right.
But
then over time, I was so intrigued. Who is Mashiach? What is Mashiach? Where is Mashiach? When is Mashiach? So I kept ordering books from Amazon. Like, you have to see, like, my Amazon thing. It was all like Mashiach books.
Wow.
And then I was only listening to Shiurim of Mashiach. YouTube, my search was Mashiach. And then
what are you finding?
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
Then it got deeper. Then the yearning became even deeper. First, I want to say, like, this whole thing with Mashiach, first of all, I want to say, like, really, thank you, Hashem, that if you had to put me, you had to choose me. You chose me. You literally chose me to go through this tragedy, that I'm a Jew. Because a Jew has promises from Hashem that Mashiach is going to come. We're going to have Geula. We're going to have the Tchiat HaMetim. So already those three things
gave you comfort
and hope, something to look forward to. And it's a promise from Hashem. It wasn't something I made up. So thank you for putting me in a place where I have hope, where I have something to hold on to, where I'm not crazy. I'm not making up stuff. That's first, like, really what I want to say. And this whole thing with Mashiach, it's it's amazing. I mean, it's so deep and there's so much. So, I mean, I don't know. You want to ask me?
I want to know, like, is it really, because what I'm learning, and one time I felt very nervous to share this on Instagram because it was very out there. But what I was learning through all the different, I don't know, Kabbalistic ideas that I picked up on was that it really seems like we have to rise up. We have to consciously, our consciousness needs to elevate. And the more each individual person lights up their light, turns on, elevates themselves as a collective, then we will be at a place where we can see Mashiach. We can't see him now because we're still in the 3D. We're not, our consciousness is not elevated. So I said that, and then people were like, yeah, that's what the Lubavitch Rebbe said in 1992, and everyone thought he was crazy. So what are you hearing?
Right, but this is also what you're saying. It's where, like, it's also in your mind where you need to be in that place, right? And I feel like, you know, like there's a line that says that Mashiach can come either berachamim or bedin, right? And I think getting to that place of what you're saying, if we're all able to tap into that, then obviously we don't just able to see Mashiach, but Mashiach will come berachamim. The more we're not in this place and we're avoiding it and we're living with so much like judgment against each other, and we don't, like, it's just, the world feels very ill right now.
It does.
It's scary that it will come. Whether we like it or not, Mashiach is coming. Like, bottom line, like, it is coming. The question is how it's coming.
Yeah.
Is it coming berachamim or is it coming bedin? So it's very scary to see what our world is becoming right now, and that, God forbid, it's coming bedin. But we have the power to change that. And I totally, with what you're saying, like, we totally have the power to change that. And my yearning for Mashiach became more like my yearning to put it out there to the world.
Yeah.
Yes, I can want Mashiach so badly, but I feel like I need to get the world on board with me in order to make it happen.
Okay, so but the world might want it, but the world, people here when they're little, oh, when Mashiach comes, Gog and Magog, we're going to have wars, it's going to be crazy. People are scared. They don't want to move. They don't want to change their lives. We don't know what's happening. Like, so tell us, like, what are you finding? Because that, I think, puts in perspective for people.
So I think people who are scared, these are the people that should really now go like,
no, it's regular people.
I know, but like dwell more into it. Like Mashiach doesn't come and then we get Milchemet Gog and Magog. Gog and Magog, first of all, we're not even sure if it's like we're talking about two countries, two kings, or like it's like a war. But apparently Gog and Magog already, there's like 3 parts to it. And Gog and Magog had already started. We've already been in this process of Geulah, started already. Like it started like already before the Holocaust. Like we've been in this process of Geulah forever. Am Yisrael has been so much suffering. So we have been in this process of Gog and Magog. Now the last part of Gog and Magog, which again, we're not sure, like the way like Gemara describes it, like is it a war, is it countries, is it kings, right? But the last part of Gog and Magog is the third and last part, which is what we're living in right now. Like we're living in this last part of Gog and Magog. Like, so the people who are scared, like, you are in Gog and Magog right now. Like, so what are you scared about? Is that where you're comfortable? Are you comfortable with the chaos we're living in right now? Or do we want a good ending to it? A world of goodness, a world of Mashiach.
What's the world of Mashiach?
A world of amazing goodness. A world of perfection. Where the world is becoming to its full, like, tikkun. Like when we say tikkun ha'olam, our world needs to be fixed. We're so broken. So in order to be fixed, we need to do tikkun. Mashiach needs to arrive. Needs to help us also to do the tikkun. It's really reaching a world of completion of Geulah Shlema. A world of Geulah Shlema is the perfect world that we're all dreaming of.
Yeah.
Like to describe it, like I'm not a Navi to describe what our Geulah world is going to look like, but it's definitely...
We're definitely in it. We're definitely starting it. It makes sense.
Right, like but people who are scared, like, I don't know, like what's going to be Milchemet Gog and Magog, how will it... Hello. We're in it. We're in it right now. And we're watching, literally. We're watching prophecies unfold in front of our eyes.
It's crazy.
All I keep saying, I'm like, these prophecies, I didn't know about them until Leo, the accident, and then I was interested in Mashiach, and then I started reading about all these prophecies, and then now I'm like, people, if you want to learn Gemara, you want to know like some prophecies, just turn on the news, okay? Like just turn on the news.
Wow.
These are prophecies unfolding in front of us. Like, there's not many more prophecies left to unfold before Mashiach arrives. That's all I'm saying. Like, not many left.
Wow.
There's not much left. Like, the last prophecies that we are waiting for are actually happening in front of our eyes right now. So we're so close, closer than ever. And I think this is also what gives me the drive and the strength and the force to just keep going every day. Like, today we're going to go.
Today, keep going every day, but also, help people get excited, help people wake up, help people see the light, because that's really your mission now.
I feel like this is what I have turned into. Like, I've turned into this, like, I don't know, Mashiach-y girl, Mashiach-y person, and I love that. That's how.
Get ready, everybody. We have to prepare. We have to get ready.
Yeah,
we have to change. We have to grow. We have to elevate.
No, this is I live what I preach. Mm-hmm. Like when people come to my house, there's a suitcase. It's not a suitcase. It's a carry-on. I have a carry-on bag smack in my den. Yeah, and like a lot of people are like. Did you just come back from somewhere? Like, no, you're still not okay. Your house is like, you're not okay. I'm like, no, this is like my Mashiach bag. Yeah. Like,
so I feel that also, but with me, I hate stuff. I'm like, I can't have so much stuff because when Mashiach, what am I doing with all this stuff? Like, I need to like feel free to go at any time, anywhere. Right. But I also think that many people can experience, and I've heard this, I've seen it, and I kind of understand what this means. You can already, in Galus, experience your own personal Geula.
True.
And be living in a different way. Yeah. Like, we're not all living on the same frequency. We don't all have the same reality.
Actually, what you're saying right now, I said it last week to someone. They were asking me, how are your grandkids? And I said, I am obsessed. I melt for them. And I said, honestly, they are my own personal geula. They are my geula. And she said to me, wow, that's such strong line, what you just said. And I said, yeah, but it's my personal one.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like for everyone, like this is also coming from someone who really endured the worst.
The literal worst.
Okay, endured the worst. And in the worst, I still managed to see the light, and to be grateful for, I don't even say little things, because having grandkids is not so little. Witnessing your daughter give birth is not so little. But like
having the sechus to be there with her,
Yes, and seeing the light. And I don't take those moments for granted at all. Like also, I married Natalie off 8 months after the accident. I look back and I'm like, I don't know how I did it. Like everyone were convinced that I was medicated that night. They're like, you did great. Which medication were you on? I was like, what? I was on a high of Hashem.
Wow.
It's to be able to not just see the light in the dark, right? It's very hard. You need to look for it, to find it, to see the light, and to be grateful for it. Like, I don't take any moment for granted.
Yeah.
Like, I'm grateful for all the little things and the big things and everything in my life.
You see everything so clearly now.
Not always, but I try.
Right.
I try. Sometimes, like, I say things and then I listen to myself and I'm like, you're crazy. Like, if people would just hear me, like, what I'm saying right now. Like, when I talk about Liel a lot. Liel is the center of conversation in the house. Like, talk about her all the time. Her pictures are everywhere. We're always in and out of her room. And, also with Liel, I sometimes I say it and then I'm like, oh my gosh, who heard me, that they think I'm crazy.
Why, you like talk to her? I
don't just talk to her, but like I'm also very grateful that Hashem chose me to have Liel. I'm grateful for this entire journey, for the growth. It sounds crazy, as if it sounds like I'm grateful for what happened to me. It's not. I'm seeing much beyond that. It's like deeper. It's deep, and I see much beyond it, because the only clarity that I do have, and the only understanding that I do have very clearly, is that I absolutely don't understand anything at all.
Right.
But I have full clarity of that. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like my full 100% understanding that I can get 100 on is that I don't understand anything at all. And I understand that.
Wow.
And therefore, I can say that I'm also grateful for this journey, for Hashem holding me. It sounds crazy. People are going to think I'm crazy, even if I say I'm even grateful for this pain. This pain made me who I am today. And I do give it all to Liel, because I am who I am because of her, because of the pain I endured from her. So I give her a lot of the credit here.
Did you feel when she was alive, did you have an extra special connection with her?
I had a very special relationship with Liel.
Wow.
Liel, when I talk about her and I talk about all her like beautiful midot, like I always try to be careful not to like sound like I'm exaggerating, because a mother always exaggerates over their children, but I'm not exaggerating.
Exaggerating over their children, or also sometimes when people pass away, we just show
yeah. But I'm not exaggerating.
Right. No, I know exactly what you mean. I have kids like that too, where I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. Like he's not from me, like he's through me. He came through me, and this is what Hashem sent.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain. I know exactly what you're talking about. I believe you. Wow. And you have two girls?
I have 2 girls, Natalie, Liel, and then Emmanuel and Yinon.
They say though that the second girl has like the mother's energy, or something from the mother more, and the first is more of the father.
I have Liel's energy. But Liel was also like, you know, she was so full of life. I can't even like, sometimes I want to explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. She was full of life. Like she loved life.
And it makes sense. You said she was born Erev Pesach, right?
Yeah.
So she's an Aries.
Yeah.
So she's a fire sign. So she's full of life.
Yeah, well, like the professional.
You're like, whatever she says.
I call her my Geula baby.
Wow.
She really is my Geula baby because, you know, she's on Yud Daled Nisan. Really, Liel was just very full of life. Like when I think of her or when I look at her pictures, it's always like a big shining smile. I don't ever remember her with sadness or she's always happy, always giggling, always wanting to tickle, always wanting to play music, always dancing. She was also very, 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 very talented and she was very creative. She loved drawing, she loved painting, she loved dancing, she loved singing. She taught herself on how to play the piano, she taught herself how to play the guitar. She was just really full of life.
She loved life.
She loved life.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible. Wow. There's so much that I could talk to you about. I think I want to end off with this topic of motherhood. How did your experience reshape you as a mother to your other children?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask that my children. They have a lot to say about it. A lot to say. Wow. Okay. First of all, I work on myself. First of all, I work on myself to really not to get to that extreme, but I've become extremely overprotective of my children. I try so hardly to work on myself, but it's really out of my control. I've become obsessively in love with my children. I want to hug and kiss them like every moment and second of the day. It's as if like, I don't know. I have a whole new appreciation for my family. I want to, every moment, I just want to have with them.
Every moment so precious.
Yeah, it's something that definitely I so took for granted before. Like, even if I do get upset with them and I get angry, like, all of a sudden, whatever, I'm like, okay, so let's just like fix things up. Like, it's like, I don't want to stay angry at them forever if they do something, or, you know, one of my kids goes out, like every 2 minutes, like, Ima, I told you I'm here, so and so. I'm like, when are you going to be home? What time are you going to be home? And then I'm stalking them on Life 360 to see where they're going. I'm just...
No,
like,
that makes sense.
My married daughter, she's on my Life 360, and I stalk her.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So I've become extremely overprotective. I was always very loving with my children, but I think now it's just emphasized more. I'm more verbal about it. I'm more physical about it. Like, I want to hug them every second. I want to kiss them every second. If my son is sitting next to me at the table, I'm holding his hand. My hand is on his lap. I'm hugging. Like, I just, yeah.
You're not taking moments for granted anymore.
No. Not a single moment ever. You know, my son wakes up. I only have now my son left at home. My other son is in Israel. And he wakes up by himself in the morning, like, gets his stuff ready, goes to school.
How old is he?
He's 15. So I get up before him, and I try to make sure the kettle is on, and he's like, Ima, I'm not a baby. Like, my friends all go to school, their moms are still sleeping. Like, I'm fine. I'm like, no. I want to turn on the kettle for you. I want to make tea for you. I want to, no, but, it's very normal to be that other way. They're old enough to be very independent. He is very independent. They're old enough to do things on their own. But I'm like, no. I still want to make you lunch. I'll chop up the salad the night before. I'll prep it for him. In the morning, I'll put the waffles in the toaster. It's like, Ima, I make sure to kiss him by the door. He knows you don't leave the house without giving me a kiss. I need that kiss. I always remind him, kiss the mezuzah. It's like, I don't take it for granted.
Right.
They grow up so fast. And really I really enjoy my children.
That's incredible.
I'm obsessed with my children. I love them so much.
Wow.
And it's not like I didn't before. It's just right now, it's like I just want to say it to them all the time.
Right. That's incredible. It's such an important reminder.
I know, but I'm a little bit too much. Like, my son's like, the one in Israel is like, okay, you need to stop calling me. Like literally every hour on the hour. I'm like, so where are you? So what did you eat? So what did you do? Then he's like, Ima.
Literally,
stop.
so in camp, you pack them for camp for 2 months. It's like a whole thing. Finally, they go. And then a day later, a few hours later, camp's already sending you pictures.
Right.
And I'm like, could you not? Like,
Can I miss
they're
them?
fine. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, how are your boys? Do you miss your boys? I'm like, no, I don't miss them. Like, they're fine. And everyone was just like, I posted on Instagram and people were like, it's so funny. It's so real. It's so true. Like, no, we don't miss our kids. But you're saying you should miss them. Like, don't take them for
I don't know if
granted.
it's something that you should. I think also there is a lot of, I'm not sure if I'm using the right word. Like I was going to use the word guilt, but there's a lot of like worry of how my children were affected by all this, and I want to protect them. So like I'm always like, what happened? Why are you sad? Somebody said something to you? Oh, and I'm like, oh, they're messing with the wrong mother. Like, it's like I've become very overprotective because of also of what happened.
Right.
So in a way that like I don't want them, God forbid, to be hurt more than what they
More than they're hurt.
are. Exactly.
Yeah, but that's very cool that because a lot of times when parents are grieving, they forget about the kids.
No, they became the center of my world. Like I live for them. I live for Liel and my children. Like I live for all 4 of my kids. Like obsessed.
Wow, that's very inspiring. Okay, now back to Maya. What are some things that bring you joy these days?
A lot of things bring me joy. Not the snow that we're having.
No.
First of all, my grandkids. They bring me a lot of joy. I'm like obsessed with them. They're
That's
the
so
most
nice.
delicious thing. I see them every day.
How old are they?
So I have a 2-year-old and my younger grandson is 5
Wow.
months. And he's just cute.
Both boys?
Both boys.
So sweet.
And my 2-year-old grandson, like at the beginning, like we were trying to like teach him how to say Safta. And he couldn't say it. So he just one day started calling me Tita. And that stuck. So like it's just so cute. Even now that he can say Safta, he still calls me Tita. And it became my little nickname to him. And
So
like
sweet.
they give me a lot of joy. So many things give me joy. When the sun is out, it gives me a lot of joy. I love the warm weather. I love cooking for my family. That gives me a lot of joy.
Cooking is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love cooking for them. And then when they eat my food, I love seeing the joy. So that means I love Shabbats, sitting around the table. It gives me a lot of joy. It definitely shifted. It used to be that my joy used to be like getting up in the morning, hustling, going to work. That's not anymore that.
No.
My joys right now is in the morning, like after I turned on the kettle for Inon, and like I made him lunch for school, that gives me joy. And then when he left, I'll sit with my coffee on the couch and just daven, meditate. I'm part of a Tehillim group that's to bring Mashiach. Like I do all that. That gives me joy. It used to be to like rush out of the house and go to work. And now those little things is what really fills up my day. Or, I journal a lot. Not necessarily journaling like on a daily basis, but like when my emotions like come, I just type them up. And usually I end up using that at my speaking events.
Oh, that's so smart.
When I'm feeling something or some inspirational something comes to me, like I'll drink my coffee, stare out the window, and then something will come to me. I'll be like, oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I'll type it up. And then when I have speaking events, I always go back to what I wrote. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's the little things that are not...
The little things.
It's the little things that are not so little.
That you find, yeah, and then you're noticing them more now, I guess. Like it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I talk about Liel, that gives me not necessarily joy, but a lot of comfort. If Liel's friends come over to visit, like the other day, one of Liel's friends, I haven't seen her in so long. She called me up. She's like, can I come see you? And I'm like, yeah. And that just makes me so happy.
Wow.
It's those appreciating the little moments, the little things.
So now we're going to end with this. If you can give over one message to people who are listening, what would you want them to leave with?
do not, and I know this is something that we hear like all the time, don't like take life for granted, like don't, no, but really, like, listen to my words. Do not take life for granted. Like, even when you're arguing, whether it is with your children, your husband, your friend, whatever it is, like, end it. End it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Show more love. Have more compassion. Like, I want to say, I don't want to use the word like life is so short, okay? It's like this world that we're in is a very temporary world, right? It's like it's like a corridor, right? Before we get to the real olam emet of olam haba. But in this little time that we're in this little world, like, make it count. Like, make every single day really count. Like, when you go to bed at night, like, what did you do today that today was meaningful? It could be the little things. Like, it could be even me. Today
Cooking.
I played with my grandkids.
Yeah, or you cooked
I cooked
dinner.
my son his favorite dinner and he ate it. Like, that was meaningful. Like, don't take life for granted.
Or when you do the little things, have intention.
Yeah.
Think about it. Don't just let it happen. Be there when it happens.
You know, I always use this when I go to my speaking events, because it's Liel and it's her quote. In her 8th grade yearbook, she had to come up with 2 quotes, one in would always be in English and one in Hebrew. So the Hebrew quote is, Yesh zaken ve'en lo yamim, yesh yamim ve'en lahem zikna. That you can reach an old age and not have any days, and you can be very young and not reach an old age. So basically, what it means that you can reach till the age of 120, and your days were empty. You had no days that were counted for. Or you can live in this world for such a short period of time, but every single day was counted for, meaning you had yamim, right? And that was Liel's quote in her 8th yearbook, and we ended up putting it on her stone in Har HaMenuchot. She's in Israel. And it's such an important line for me personally, and I think for every single person, that, yeah, we can be healthy and live a life, and like, you know, you see people living into their 80s, 90s, 100s, you know, what did they do in their life? You know, and we're here for such a short period. You know, Liel lived in this world for a very short period, 15 years. But all the stories that come up about her, and I can tell you, as a witness on the side, as her mother, every day for Liel was counted for. Every day she did something great, whether it was with her friends, with her family, with school. Every day was counted for. So what I want people to walk away with, make every day counted for. Every single day of your life. Make it meaningful.
Right.
And I feel like that's, in a way, leads also into, that's how we also bring Geula.
Yeah.
You know, when our days are not empty, they're meaningful. And like, what are we doing? What are you doing to bring Mashiach every day? It goes hand in hand with it.
Yeah.
You know? It could be from the little things, like making dinner for your children, giving them a kiss in the morning, being more loving to your friends. Like, no judging. Don't be judgmental of anyone, not of your friends. Like, just be loving, compassion. Like, that's it. Like, that's what I wish and I want everyone to walk away with. Do it. Practice it. And like, bring Mashiach and bring meaning to your life. Be able to go to sleep and be like, today I had a good day.
Today, right. Wow. That's incredible, Maya.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
All right.